I had 74 followers after 2 years of creating content. And this really affected me. Sometimes I could post once a week, sometimes once in 6 months, twice in a month, disappear for sometimes, come back after almost 4 months. Today I'm going to share the 3 brutal truths that I learned in this journey about this that changed everything in my life. Hello, my name is Papa Leon and I am a student turned entrepreneur. I started YouTube in 2023. Back then, created some content, disappeared for some time, but now I'm back. For all of you, this channel is new. Please remember to like the subscribe button, hit share and comment. Let's go. I had some 2 years to create content, but I was never consistent. And something that I learned, or rather the brutal truth that I learned about being consistent, is that when you remain consistent, you are visible. And the algorithm does not care whether you are there, whether you have ambitions or not. I had some ambitions to make big numbers by the end of maybe 3 months, 6 months, a year or so. But it's been 2 years with only 74 subscribers, 107 videos plus. I started making videos of celebrity gossip, then I jumped into the football analysis, then jumped into football highlights, again shifted into comedy a little bit, came back to automation of YouTube. But after all this, I've discovered something that I think affected me throughout the journey, and I'm here to share it with everyone so that anybody else doesn't have to make the mistake or face the challenges that I made during that 2 years of my YouTube move. I've wanted to start YouTube since the time I was around 16, that is about 2017, but due to some limited resources and some challenges, I could not meet it until 2022. And today, here are some of the brutal or hard truths that I learned in the space of the 3 years of my YouTube content creation: the perfectionism trap. One is waiting until they know enough before starting. They want to research everywhere. They want to read every book. They want to watch every episode of motivation of a grown YouTuber telling them what to do. They want to organize all the clips together before posting. They want to edit their content so much before posting, and this affected me long way back, because my first video, I wanted it to shape whatever idea I had in my mind. I wanted it to come out clearly and perfectly like it was in my mind, and this really affected my way through content creation in YouTube. People often delay because they think they are not ready. The result of the perfectionism trap is stagnation. People stay busy. What is the cost of a perfectionism trap? It kills momentum. You are never moving forward. You are never going. It brings procrastination. It makes you never willing to do something. You are saying it's not maybe the perfect time. It's what are people gonna think of me? It's maybe not the right thing to do. A perfectionism trap kills or blocks learning. It also destroys confidence. Someone is never confident of what they are doing. How can someone escape the trap? First, you have to adopt the 70-30 rule. That is, if it's 70% done, then publish it. Maybe if you are doing a content creation, if you are editing a video, if you have already done 70% of the editing, then go ahead and publish it, because your work is to post, to record, to edit. It's the work of the audience to decide if it's good or not. Another way to escape the trap, you have to shift the focus from the outcome to the process. Your job is to create and release, not to control how people will react after you have posted the video. Remember, something done is greater than something perfect. If you publish a video that is 70% perfect, it is greater, or it is better than a perfect idea or ideology that is lying in your mind, that you have never posted, that you have never released to the people. Imperfect action beats perfect in action. Remember that anything that you act upon that is imperfect always beats something that you never acted upon. Number two of the truths that I've learned that have changed everything in the motivation myth. Someone is waiting for an inspiration. Someone is waiting for motivation. You feel like, I don't have the motivation to record a video now. I don't have a motivation to post. I don't have a motivation to edit. Maybe I shall post tomorrow. I shall post after I eat. I shall post after I come back from the holidays. This keeps someone in the stagnant point of never posting, never being consistent. It's emotional. It depends on how you feel at the time. If you don't feel nice, you are never gonna post, maybe for a week. If you don't feel nice for a month, maybe you never gonna work on your project, you never go to training, you will never work on your health, you will never work on your growth if you never feel motivated. It is temporary. You might be hyped today to go to the gym. You might be hyped today to walk into that library and read that book that you wanted. But tomorrow you will never you never have the hype. Tomorrow you will never have the motivation, and this will kill so many people that they will never work on their goals. It is not in your control, it is external. Always remember, it is action that creates motivation, not motivation that creates action. You have to remember that discipline is always greater than motivation. That 2 minutes a day, that 10 minutes a day, those 15 minutes a day of working in your project, of working in your health, creates discipline. And this will bring motivation as you move on. Remember the 2-minute rule. At least if you never feel motivated, just say that I'm gonna do the gym for only 2 minutes. You will often feel more motivated to continue for the 3rd minute, for the 5th minute, for the 6th minute, for the 10th minute. If you ever feel like you don't have the motivation to walk into training, to create, to edit, just say that I'm gonna do it only for 2 minutes. And trust me, by the time 2 minutes end, you will have the motivation to continue more in the 3rd minute, for an hour, for 2 hours. You have to make your mindset shift. Never ever let motivational myth kill your dreams or your ambition. To keep moving, you have to have discipline, not motivation. Number 3 of the truths that I learned that made me change is the comparison game. So many people are suffering of this. Over the last 3 years of making content in YouTube, in socials, in Instagram, I've faced a lot of challenge in the comparison game, comparing myself to the best, comparing myself to people who are my class then made it. I feel like I did something wrong way back when I was a teenager. I felt like I did something wrong way back that could have made me slow back. I felt like they are doing something that I don't do. I keep comparing myself with others, keep researching, keep reading books. When I see someone that has made it in life, go and research whatever they have done, forgetting that we are never in the same page. It kills confidence. Instead of learning, you feel bitter. It brings envy and doubt to someone. It slows you down. You keep scrolling. You keep finding the motivation. You keep finding hype. You keep searching and celebrating what others have done. And you also do unfair measurement in your success. And here is the hard truth about comparison. Everyone has different starting points. What you see is the highlight reel, not the real struggles behind the scenes. You have never seen what someone has done or whatever he has struggled, whatever they have struggled to do to achieve that success. You ought to remember that growth ain't linear. We cannot grow the same way. How can you break free out of the comparison game? Number one, you have to compete with yourself. Know that the main competitor in your life is you yourself. Like me, I understood. Right now, I understood that the main competitor in the game of socials is me, myself. Number two, you have to use others as inspiration, not as measurements. You ought to use that mentor of yours as an inspiration for you to achieve your dreams. Never measure wherever you have reached to compare it with wherever they are. You're gonna reach there one day if you keep them as inspiration and keep the discipline. Tracking your own metrics. Track, analyze your metrics. Check where you have done wrong. Check where you have to improve. Improve, and with discipline, you will achieve more. Always celebrate your wins, your small progresses. Always celebrate them. Remember, comparison steals joy. Progress builds it. These are the three key points that I've learned in the time that I've been a YouTuber for 3 years or so, from 2022 up to 2025. I've only gathered 74 subscribers out of 107 videos. I never understood myself well, but now, having understood these 3 points, I'm now getting out of the perfectionism trap, and now we are going to grow together. Watch this channel. If you are still in this video, it shows that you have learned something too. You have to implement the 2% rule for building consistency. What is the 2% rule? It simply means committing yourself to growing 2% per day. Not expecting the big growth of like 100% in 1 week, so that your brain does not reject the project. It builds momentum. Small wins always stack and build up front. You have to shift your mindset. Focus on progress, not perfection. If you improve by just 2% daily, the end of the year, you won't be a little better. You will be transformed. You have to be productive. You have to create even without inspiration. Set a schedule. Decide when you will create, not whether you feel it or not. Not whether you have the motivation or not. Just decide when you will create it. You have to lower the entry barrier. If a full script feels boring, just consider starting with a bullet point. Just consider starting with a short reel. Just consider starting with a small part of the project. Again, separate creation from editing. If you are creating videos, if you are a content creator, just create. For now, create. Then say that you shall do the editing maybe tomorrow, the other day, or maybe the next in the afternoon. Create in the morning and say that you shall do editing in the afternoon. This way, you will never feel bored, even if you have no inspiration. Use prompts or structures, a clear framework. Like, let's say, intro, main idea, then the takeaway. Just have a very clear framework of what you are going to do, and then improvise in micro habits. Even 10 minutes of effort per day counts very much in your life, because 10 minutes per day, in the time it becomes a year, it will become a full season. The act of showing up matters more than perfection. Inspiration is unpredictable. If you wait, you will only create once in a while, maybe once in 6 months, like I did in my last YouTube account that lasted for 3 years with 74 subscribers. Professionals do not rely on the mood, they rely on systems. The algorithm will never want to know if you are in the mood to create or not. If you just be consistent, it will never want to know if you earned the inspiration to create or not. Consistency builds inspiration and not the other way around. Inspiration never builds consistency, but it is consistency that builds inspiration over time. You will feel inspired to do more and more. Start ugly, finish strong with more glory. And remember, action fuels inspiration. The formula is discipline, action, momentum, and inspiration. Make your goals visible to someone, even your partner. Tell your partner that you will be doing every day one video of 45 minutes each every day. And this way, your brain will will automatically adjust to it. When it's public, your brain feels the pressure not to disappoint the person or the people you've told that. Do daily stock weekly check-ins. Do daily or weekly check-ins. Just answer, did you do it or no? And see, with a simple answer, yes or no. This cut self-deception. Number 3, you have to commit yourself in a contract. Put a small stake on the line. Maybe tell your partner, if I don't do it, I owe you $5. Human always fear losing, and this way you will be able to be consistent as you go. Again, you have to track your systems. Don't overthink of it. You just need a calendar wall, maybe a habit tracker app, and a notebook. Mark it every day. Cross everything you do. The chain effect kicks in over time. You don't want to break your streak every time you watch the times that you have done it. Again, you have to have the reflection piece. Once in a week, sit down, have 5 minutes, ask yourself, what did I do right? What did I do wrong? Where should I improve? Where should I kick in? What should I do? What should I do for the next time so that the next time I don't procrastinate? What should I do the next time so that I don't feel uninspired to do this? This will keep you adapting instead of just repeating the mistakes. And why does this work? Because it's simple, visible, binary, and small stake. It is easy to stick to. It earns pressure. Check-ins equals to no hidings, and it provides real consequences. This video was meant to inspire you never to do the same mistakes I did in my life. And those were the 3 brutal truths that I learned in my time over the 3 years of making content, and never achieving something out of it. Just came out of wanting big numbers and really didn't get anything. So if you feel helped by this content of mine, please consider hitting the subscribe button, like, share, comment to me what you feel about it, whether you have experienced this type of pressure or this type of life. Consider subscribing. It's yours, Papa Leon.